This scene is directed by grace, directed by grace. Every angle, every cut, directed by grace, directed by grace, directed by grace. Nothing left to chance. Directed by grace. I thought I was improvising every scene of my own life. Thought that I was writing dialogue, thought I controlled the strife and the resolution. Thought the camera was in my hand, but there's a director calling shots I never planned. Choosing angles I'd have missed, choosing when to cut to black. Directed by grace completely, and I'm grateful for the track. This scene is directed by grace, directed by grace. Every angle, every cut, every angle, every cut. Directed by grace, directed by grace, directed by grace, directed by grace. Nothing left to chance, nothing left to chance. Directed by grace. Some scenes felt like they were ruined, felt like bad continuity, felt like the footage should be cut completely, shouldn't be included in the final version, but the director kept it in. Knew exactly how that broken scene would help the whole film win. Understanding in the audience, knew the arc required the fall. Directed by grace is why the hardest scenes make sense of all. This scene is directed by grace, directed by grace. Every angle, every cut, every angle, every cut. Directed by grace, directed by grace, directed by grace, directed by grace. Nothing left to chance, nothing left to chance. Directed by grace. Oh, 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 oh. He who began this story will carry it to the final frame. Every scene serving purpose, every take not lived in vain. I'm not the one behind the camera, I'm just living out the part. Directed by grace completely, from the opening to the final art. This scene is directed by grace. Every angle, every cut, every angle, every cut. Oh, directed by grace, directed by grace, directed by grace. Nothing left to chance, nothing left to chance. Directed by grace, still filming the story of my life. Still filming, directed through the strife. I live inside the hive of mercy, hive of mercy. Every cell built for a purpose. The hive of mercy, hive of mercy, hive of mercy, hive of mercy. Working together for the sweetness. Hive of mercy. A single beacon never built a a structure on its own. Could never fill a single comb with all that it is known about the nectar and the labor. Needs a colony to thrive, needs 1,000 other workers just to keep the hive alive. And I discovered that same truth about the grace I found. It's not a solitary blessing, it's a colony, it's a sound. I live inside the hive of mercy, hive of mercy. Every cell built for a purpose. The hive of mercy, hive of mercy. Hey, hive of mercy, hive of mercy, hive of mercy. Working together for the sweetness, hive of mercy. Community of believers building honeycomb together. Each one gathering a little, each one weathering the weather of a season. None could face alone, but stronger as a hive, producing something sweet enough that helps the whole thing thrive. That's the body I belong to. That's the mercy that sustains. Hive of mercy building sweetness out of all our different pains. I live inside the hive of mercy, the hive of mercy, hive of mercy. Every cell built for a purpose. The hive of mercy. Hey, hive of mercy, hive of mercy, hive of mercy. Working together for the sweetness, hive of mercy. Two are better than one, for they have a good reward. A cord of 3 strands isn't broken. That's the kingdom's whole accord. Every cell within the honeycomb serving something bigger still. Hive of mercy building sweetness according to His will. I live inside the hive of mercy, the hive of mercy, hive of mercy. Every cell built for a purpose. The hive of mercy. Hey, hive of mercy, hive of mercy, hive of mercy. Working together for the sweetness, hive of mercy. Still building sweetness in the comb. Still building, never quite alone. Shaped by fire and breath, fire and breath, molten and formless before the breath, fire and breath. Shaped by fire and breath, fire and breath, blown into something beautiful. Fire and breath. Glass begins as nothing recognizable, just sand and heat. Just a formless molten substance melting in the intense retreat. From solid into liquid, waiting for a breath to come, waiting for the glass blower's lungs to make the shapeless something beautiful and functional. And I've been through that very fire, shaped by fire and breath, completely shaped by one much higher. I was shaped by fire and breath. Fire and breath, molten and formless before the breath. Fire and breath, shaped by fire and breath. Fire and breath, blown into into something beautiful. Fire and breath. The heat alone could never shape me. Heat alone just melts me down. The breath alone without the fire could never wear this crown of something formed and finished. Needs the both of them combined. The fire softening what's rigid, the breath giving it design and purpose. And I'm learning both were necessary for my frame. Shaped by fire and breath, forever, never quite the same. I was shaped by breath, fire and breath, fire and breath. Molten in formless before the breath. Fire and breath, shaped by fire and breath, fire and breath, blown into something beautiful. Fire and breath. He breathed into me the breath of life, and then became a living soul completely, never quite remaining the same as the dust that he was made from before the holy breath. Shaped by fire and breath, forever rescued from spiritual death. I was shaped by fire and breath, fire and breath, molten and formless, formless before the breath. Fire and breath, shaped by fire, fire and breath, fire and breath, fire and breath, blown into something beautiful. Fire and breath, still shaping something beautiful in me. Still shaping, setting my spirit free. Cleared for takeoff, sitting on the runway too long, but I'm cleared for takeoff, cleared for takeoff, cleared for takeoff. The tower gave the signal, cleared for takeoff. Been taxiing on this runway longer than I thought I would. Been waiting for the signal, waiting like I thought I should, for a clearance that seemed delayed, for a moment that felt stalled. But the tower's always watching traffic that I can't see call. Timing that protects me from a collision I can't spot. Clear for takeoff comes precisely when it should not, when it's not. I cleared for takeoff, cleared for takeoff. Sitting on the runway too long, but I'm cleared for takeoff, cleared for takeoff. Cleared for takeoff. The tower gave the signal, cleared for takeoff. Hey, yeah. Every pilot trusts the tower more than what they see themselves. Trust the radar operating, trust the guidance. Information delves into depths they can't visualize alone up in the cockpit. Trust the process, even waiting, even when they wanna drop it and just go without permission. But the wisdom's in the wait. Clear for takeoff comes at the appointed time, not later. Clear for takeoff, cleared for takeoff. Sitting on the runway too long, but I'm cleared for takeoff, cleared for takeoff. take off. Taking off now. Taking off now. Into everything ahead. Taking off now. Taking off now. Just like the tower said. This the dance he's choreographed. He's choreographed. Every step already planned. The dance he's choreographed. Dance he's choreographed. He's choreographed. I just have to follow the dance he's choreographed. Used to fight the choreography. Used to wanna freestyle through every single movement of my life. Wanted to construct and do my own routine completely. Wanted credit for the steps, but a dancer isn't free when they're ignoring the concepts of the choreographer's vision. And I've learned to trust the lead. Dance he's choreographed is better than the dance I used to need. This the dance he's choreographed. He's choreographed. Every step already planned. The dance he's choreographed. He's choreographed. I just have to follow the dance he's choreographed. David danced before the crowd with everything he had inside. Didn't choreograph it himself, just let the movement ride on the joy that was inside him, on the freedom of the moment. That's a different kind of dancing than my own control, my own component of trying to perfect the steps. Dance he's choreographed is trust, following a lead that's greater, following because I must. This the dance he's choreographed. He's choreographed. Hey, every step already planned. The dance he's choreographed. Hey, dance he's choreographed. He's choreographed. I just have to follow the dance he's choreographed. He turns my morning into dancing, takes off my sackcloth, clothes me glad. Every step already planned, even the steps that felt so sad, fit into the choreography of a story bigger than my part. Dance he's choreographed is leading straight into his heart. This the dance he's choreographed. He's choreographed. Every step already fragrance that remains, after everything else has faded. The fragrance that remains, fragrance that remains, that remains, lingering long after. The fragrance that remains. A perfumer knows the top notes fade the fastest, disappear within the first few minutes, but the bass notes linger near for hours after days. Sometimes the deepest, richest part, that's the note that actually settles into someone's heart, in memory forever. And I've learned my life's the same. Some things fade quick like top notes, some remain, some keep the flame. This the fragrance that remains, that remains, after everything else has faded. The fragrance that remains, fragrance that remains, fragrance that remains, that remains. Oh, lingering long after. The fragrance that remains. The woman broke the alabaster box and poured it on his feet. The fragrance filled the whole house instantly. The fragrance was complete and lingering for days after. They still could catch the scent of an act of pure devotion, of a costly gift she spent. That's the kind of legacy I'm hoping that my whole life carries. Fragrance that remains long after, fragrance that never varies. This the fragrance that remains, that remains, after everything else has faded. The fragrance that remains, fragrance that remains, fragrance that remains, lingering long after. The fragrance that remains. We are unto God, a sweet fragrance in Christ, lingering in every room that we've ever walked through twice. Not because of our own effort, but because of who we bear. Fragrance that remains forever, filling up the air. It's the fragrance that remains, that remains, after everything else has faded. The fragrance, fragrance that remains, fragrance that remains, fragrance that remains, lingering long after. The fragrance that remains, still lingering long after I am gone. Still lingering, the fragrance carries on. I will do for the voyage, not for the harbor, but for the voyage, built for the voyage, built for the voyage, for the voyage, sturdy for the sea. never leaves the harbor us, they're just the same. As one that braves the ocean, that's a truth I've come to claim. About the purpose of the building, about the reason for the frame that was constructed with such reinforcement, such precise acclaim, for handling the waves ahead, not for staying safe and dry. Built for the voyage means the storm was always meant for I was built for the voyage, for the voyage, not for the harbor, but for the voyage. Built for the voyage, built for the voyage, built for the voyage. Oh, for the voyage, sturdy for the sea, built for the voyage. I used to think that safety meant remaining in the port, meant never risking anything, meant staying safe and short of the calling I was built for. But a ship that never sails was never really living out the purpose of its nails and beams and hull constructed, built for the voyage, not the shore. Built for the voyage means I'm sailing, means I'm heading out for more. I was built for the voyage, oh, for the voyage, not for the harbor, but for the voyage. Built for the voyage, built for the voyage, built for the voyage. Oh, for the voyage, sturdy for the sea, built for the voyage. Launch out into the deep and let down your nets for a catch. That's the calling for the voyage, not the harbor voyage, not the latch voyage. Oh, that keeps the ship secure but stagnant, built for something more than rest, built for the voyage forever. That's the calling, that's the test. I was built for the voyage, oh, for the voyage, not for the harbor, but for the voyage. Built for the voyage, built for the voyage. Still sailing into the deep unknown, still sailing, never quite alone. I'm roped to the guy, roped to the guy. Whatever mountain I'm climbing, roped to the guy. Roped to the guy, roped to the guy. Never climbing so low, roped to the guy. No climber scales the deadliest peaks completely on their own. Always rope to someone steadier, always rope to someone known. For handling the terrain before, for reading every crevice. that could open up beneath them. And I've learned to trust the service of a guide who's climbed this mountain and every other one before. Rope to the guide completely means I don't have to explore. Alone into the dangerous places, rope to someone who has been exactly where I'm going, someone who has clearly seen the path that I can't see it. And if I slip along the way, the rope will catch me, hold me steady, keep me safe another day. On the mountain that I'm climbing, that's the confidence I hold. Rope to the guy forever.